Sometimes tics get bad for someone with a tic disorder, and often doing focus-based activities helps. But a lot of times, these activities that take a lot of focus can be really tiring. And from there, the exhaustion may cause tics to get bad again. So what's next? Doing a tiring focus-based activity, then getting exhausted again, then tics getting bad again, then doing it. Yeah, I think you get it. Hi, my name is Emma, or Life's a Twitch Emma, as they call me. Them being me, who I named that was the name I came up with over 10 years ago my name's Emma. Anyway, I have Tourette Syndrome, a neurodevelopmental disorder that is widely known by those who do actually understand it to be frustrating, oftentimes painful, and tiring in ways that require rest and rehabilitation. Of course, as I always say, one experience that a person has with tics is not everyone's experience with tics, and there are different levels in ways that us folks who tic experience those tics, and I very much recommend that if you have not had a crash course in Tourette Syndrome and tic disorders and the basics, that you check out one of my videos on that. It'll help you a lot with this video. And yes, I'm blonde. I'm blonde in that video. Oh, not now. Okay. I have that neurodevelopmental disorder, the one that's painful, frustrating, and tiring, and I don't give myself a lot of rest. I was absolutely exhausted. Exhausted right now. Exhausted. Tired mode. Can you tell I'm tired? I'm exhausted. One may even say that I actively don't rest. I hate resting. I really like to show peeks into my life with Tourette Syndrome because one, it's fun to do. I like making videos. But also, two, I also do it to destigmatize tics, normalize the existence of people who tic like me in the world, and to give people who also tic content to relate to and content for everyone to learn from. Whether you have tics or not, learn about yourself, learn about a friend. I'm telling you, if you think you don't know someone who experiences tics, you're probably wrong. There's a lot of us, okay? And we're really cool. Recently, I've been in a long stretch of a lot of travel, a lot of hard work, and a lot of hard play, okay? I wrote down hard play, and I don't think that's a phrase people use, but I'm sticking to it. I've been doing a lot of travel, a lot of hard work, and a lot of hard play. You get what I mean, I think. But yeah, a lot of that, and I've been trying really hard to meaningfully capture it. As I'm doing all of these things that require a lot of energy, and I'm trying to film it and document it, I'm getting exhausted. A lot of tiredness going on over here. But I really enjoy all these things I'm doing that are really focused based because they really do make my experience with tics better for me. They tend to reduce my tics and make me feel more comfortable, even though at the same time they're really tiring. And because of that, I do keep pushing. I keep going, go, go, go. And after a lot of go, go, go comes a lot of tired. But that tiredness does bring more tics. And it's not even always the tiredness itself that will trigger my tics, but usually a lack of sleep that comes along with doing a lot of focus-based things. And the fact that when I tend to make myself really busy, I also tend to not really take care of myself in ways that I should. And to give you a better idea of this exhaustion, think about it this way. Imagine you spend all day not being able to control your body, and I really don't think you can fully understand that unless you have had tics or another condition where you feel like you don't have control of your own body. But alas, imagine it. You spend all day not being able to control your body to the point of exhaustion, and then at that point of exhaustion, you still can't control your own body. You don't get a break. And for most people with tics, at the end of the day, we're still expected to get the same amount of things done as people who don't tic and do it at the same quality as those people who can control their own bodies. And keep in mind, this is before we even factor in the co-occurring conditions that over 80% of people with Tourette Syndrome and tic disorders experience. That sounds really wild, right? Well, that's my whole life and the lives of a lot of other people who tic. So recently, I went on a business trip. I was doing great. I was getting a lot accomplished and I was having a lot of fun. Here is something really funny. I have myself safety pinned into my skirt, and I just went to the bathroom and I took out all the safety pins instead of just lifting out my skirt because I am silly. But then also, I was exhausted. I like being nonstop. I feel like it reduces my tics, and even if it doesn't fully like reduce them a ton, that's not really the part that matters. What matters is when I'm doing these focus-based things, my experience with my tics is more comfortable for me, like tenfold. But when I keeping busy to reduce my tics, my often already exhausted body becomes more exhausted. And this leads to my tics being increased. And with all that, that's where this incredibly annoying cycle comes into play. I'll call it the tic exhaustion cycle because that's just really what it is. So yeah, the experience is not ideal. And as someone who has this neurodevelopmental disorder that is really hard on her body and mind, and who also is someone who likes to be very busy, I like to girl boss it up. I've been learning as I push myself over and over again that a disability is called a disability for a reason. And I really need to give myself some more grace and some more rest. And maybe figure out how to properly rest. That's for another time. But this video was a message both to other people who tic and to people who do not tic. And first, I'll address my fellow ticking folks. People who tic, you deserve rest. You need rest to keep doing the things that you love. Whenever you get to the exhausted point in the tic exhaustion cycle, I recommend you take a second. And if you can, make the choice to give yourself the rest that you may be telling yourself you don't need. I know there's all sorts of circumstances and, you know, resting isn't always a choice. Trust me, I know, like I can't always just choose to rest. But if you can, do it. Maybe you see your neurotypical friends doing the same thing as you and they're not taking a break. But guess what? They are not you. People who don't tic, and this is a revolutionary statement, people who don't tic, and their needs are different than your needs as someone who does. Break the tic exhaustion cycle, or at least try to. I feel like it's not an all-in-one, just like automatically I'm making decisions and breaking the cycle, but I think a lot of it is taking little steps to get yourself in a place you need to be where you're healthiest and happiest. And now to address the folks who don't tic. Hey, people who don't tic. Be patient, listen, learn, keep this video in mind, support your friends who do tic. And to everyone, all of us, come on in. Yeah, everyone, come here, listen. To all of us, life really is a twitch, and we're living it. I love ending on a corny pun.